What's up, guys? Mickle here, and we just saw something pretty crazy happen with the price of XRP. Guys, in this video, I want to go over what just happened and what it could mean for the price of XRP going forward. Guys, there are some very popular TA analysts saying that this could mark a bottom for XRP. Guys, in this video, we're going to talk about that, as well as government getting a lot more comfortable with cryptocurrency and the idea of blockchain technology. Guys, at the end of this video, I want to break down a pretty significant change I am seeing happen right now that could be extremely bullish for cryptocurrencies going forward, so make sure to stick around for that. Like always, guys, your support means so much to this channel. If you want to see more videos just like this, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button down below and turn on bell notifications. These three simple things are going to go such a long way in helping this channel grow, and it really does mean so much to me. Also, guys, make sure if you ever need a good place to buy some XRP, you check out my link for Uphold down in the description below. Guys, Uphold has been blowing it out of the water. They have so many awesome new features, great staking, and even an XRP debit card that will give you 4% back in XRP. So, guys, make sure to check that out if you haven't already. With that said, though, guys, let's jump right into the video, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. So guys, I want to start out this video and talk about a narrative I see being pushed by the mainstream media constantly, and I just think it's so important to address. The other day, this guy Ben Rickert tweeted out, "Bitcoin is a decentralized Ponzi scheme, prove me wrong." And guys, I just thought it was so important to address this because I know on this channel, we talk about critiques about Bitcoin a lot. We talk about how its energy usage is too high, it's likely too slow to dominate the payment landscape, and there are other things wrong with Bitcoin. But guys, that doesn't make Bitcoin some evil asset. The fact of the matter is, there are countries all over the world that have massive problems with their currency. These currencies are hyperinflating at 90% a year, and guys, for a long time, people living in these countries didn't have any way out. They were forced to hold this currency that was being devalued 90% a year, and there was nothing they could do about it. What Bitcoin brought to these people was the promise of a currency that wasn't being hyperinflated, the promise of a currency that wasn't being manipulated by the government. And guys, what Bitcoin did was it provided them an asset that anyone could own. All they needed was internet access, and boom, suddenly they had a store of value. Now, people in the US like to poke fun of that. They like to say, oh, it's not a store of value, it went down 60% last year. But guys, their currency was hyperinflating by 90% a year anyway. So the fact that some of them got caught in a short bear market really isn't a big deal. The fact of the matter is, Bitcoin is up a massive amount over the past 10 years, and for some people, it's just an escape. It's a way to get out of their corrupt financial systems. And guys, that's why I tweeted in response to this, the US financial system is a centralized Ponzi scheme, prove me wrong. So guys, regardless of whether or not you think Bitcoin is some Ponzi scheme, you think it won't work for payments, the fact of the matter is people are using it for its use case. It has more transactions a year than Visa. So you can call it a decentralized Ponzi scheme. You can throw shade at Bitcoin for not being a great asset for payments, but that doesn't mean it's not solving a problem. It clearly is. And I think something really important to point out here is no one is forcing anyone to use Bitcoin. When you live in the United States, you are forced to enter the US financial system. And guys, they just print money into oblivion, they inflate the currency, and it's hard to even know what money means anymore. Guys, people are opting into Bitcoin because it's code that people understand that's fair for everyone using the network. The reason I make such a point to address this, and it's not XRP related, but it actually kind of is, guys, Bitcoin is the most basic cryptocurrency. If you can't wrap your head around why Bitcoin has value, why people are using it, then you're never going to understand the rest of cryptocurrency. Guys, Bitcoin has limitation. It's never going to solve payments like XRP does, but when you see these narratives being pushed by no-coiners, it's just so important to understand that they don't even understand the basics. Guys, in order to really understand cryptocurrencies, you want to understand why are people using Bitcoin, but why won't Bitcoin work for payments? And guys, that's how you arrive at XRP. You arrive at an asset that has all the benefits of Bitcoin in terms of decentralization and an escape from the traditional financial system, but you also get lightning fast speeds and efficiency. Guys, I hope this makes sense. I know a lot of times we talk about on this channel how Bitcoin won't be used for payments, how Bitcoin maxes are crazy, but guys, it's just so important to understand. Just because Bitcoin's not perfect for payments, it doesn't make it some decentralized Ponzi scheme. It's being used all over the world, and guys, no one is forcing people to use it. So guys, now I want to move on and talk about XRP price because we saw something very interesting happen the other day, and I think it's important that we talk about it. So this was tweeted out by Crypto Insight. Why did XRP just have a 10% candle downward in the last 1 minute? And a lot of people are tweeting out in response to this saying it's a liquidity grab. So guys, what a liquidity grab is, and we know we had one because of this very interesting looking candle right here. Essentially what whales are doing is they are manipulating the price of XRP downward and then buying it back up. The reason whales are doing this is because they typically know where retail has their sell orders. So for example, say a massive whale knows that a ton of retail has sell orders at 32 cents. What this whale will do is they will manipulate the price of XRP downward, force those sell orders to hit, and then buy up the retail's XRP at lower prices, say 30 cents. This forces retail to sell their bags to whales, and then the whales can increase their holdings of XRP at a cheaper price. This looks like exactly what we had. But guys, what is so important to point out here is that XRP had heavy support at the 30-cent region. We have seen events like this take place where the price just keeps on crashing and cannot find a floor. This is not what happened in this case, and XRP got eaten back up. This means that XRP has very strong support at the 30-cent region. And guys, if we take a look at a longer term chart, we can see that XRP is just grinding on this trend line and not breaking through. This is very interesting because this is exactly where that liquidity grab took place. And guys, if we just draw a top on this formation, we can see we are still well within this massive triangle. Now guys, a lot of people hate these triangles. Some people follow them very closely. I personally think they're very interesting, not because it's some magic formation, but what is happening is the lows are getting higher and the highs are getting lower. This squeezes the price very, very tightly until eventually there is a massive movement to the upside or downside. Now, guys, obviously, we are hoping this movement is to the upside, and it's going to be interesting to see if this correlates to some event like Ripple beating the SEC in court. Either way, though, this is something I am watching very closely, and Blockchain Backer actually did a video pointing out something very similar. Now, Blockchain Backer does a very different kind of TA. He does a lot of Elliott waves, but what he is showing here, and I think this is Litecoin he's comparing it to, what he is showing here is he sees that XRP just went through a complete crashing structure and now just sees XRP moving sideways for a couple months before we have a massive breakout to the upside. Now, what's pretty interesting about that is it really coincides what I've been looking at in this triangle. Now, it's impossible to draw perfectly where this triangle is going to end. No one knows where that's going to happen. But what we really are looking for is for XRP to just keep moving sideways within this thing until eventually it breaks to the upside. And it looks like Blockchain Backer is looking at something slightly differently, but the same end result. With that said, though, guys, it looks like the good news is that that liquidity event might have marked the bottom for XRP. So it's certainly going to be very interesting to watch what XRP does over the next couple weeks. But guys, I think it's fair to say that if XRP just starts grinding sideways, then that could mean that we just saw the low in XRP. And guys, we could have much better days ahead of us. Now guys, I want to finish this video off and talk about a very surprising but very bullish development I am currently watching take place in our government. Now guys, this is not taking place at the SEC, unfortunately, but guys, a lot of different members of our government, specifically the Treasury, are starting to become very bullish on cryptocurrencies. Now, they are just going out and dismissing a lot of rumors right now about crypto that they weren't in the past, but guys, that is a massive step forward. Right here, we have this lady, Nellie Lang, and she says in this interview, and I'm not going to play it for you because it's kind of a snooze fest, but what she does in this interview is dismiss the fact that crypto assets are being used more for illegal transactions than cash. What these officials are starting to do is they're starting to push the FUD away and start talking about the actual advancements our financial system would get from using cryptocurrencies. Now guys, this is something we were not seeing a year ago. This is something we were not seeing 2 years ago. And 2 years ago, we still had a lot of these government agencies talking about, oh, crypto's only used for money laundering. It doesn't have any place in our financial system. Well, guys, we're really starting to see that narrative change and change fast, and this is a very good example of that taking place right now. Guys, ultimately, I really hope we see a lot more stuff like this, and I have a feeling we're gonna. One of the biggest things we saw was that in the executive order put out by the current administration, they said that we want to see the different regulators look to help crypto grow in the United States rather than push it offshore. Guys, it looks like a lot of the different agencies are being forced to align with that now, and we're seeing a lot of the narratives change from being skeptical on cryptocurrency to being more in favor of figuring out how to regulate it in a good way in the United States. Now, guys, it would be absolutely awesome if the SEC could get on board with that. Unfortunately, we haven't seen any signs of that yet. But guys, to be fair, I thought the Treasury under Janet Yellen was going to be just as bearish on cryptocurrencies, and we're starting to see a pretty big switch in that department. So let's hope we see a switch from the SEC as well. Unfortunately, we might need Gary Gensler to be gone for that to happen. So guys, I want to finish this video off and give you guys a question to answer down in the comment section. I tweeted out earlier today, if Ripple was actually committing fraud, the SEC probably wouldn't have gone after them. So guys, my question for you, if Ripple was actually a fraudulent company, if Ripple was actually committing fraud, do you think they would be in this case with the SEC right now? Guys, judging by the SEC's record of them not going after things like FTX and Celsius, but going after legit companies, I have a feeling if Ripple was actually committing fraud today, the SEC would have left them alone. Let me know what you guys think, though, down in the comment section below. I think it's a pretty interesting question. Guys, I hope everyone has a great night. I hope everyone had a great holiday break. And for now, Mickle out.